Yeah, we lit, we live, man. We lit, we live. Let's crank this thing up, man. See, pull up in here, permanent park. You feel me? It's Cooking in Thursdays, and we about to get this thing going. I ain't been live. I ain't cook on a live. So we lit, we live. It's Cooking and Thinking Thursdays. Let's see who pull up. B, what they do, man? Zay, what's popping? EBK, what's good? What's up? What they do here? Slane, what's good? Oh man, Greg, what's popping? Stevie, what they do, man? Prayers up, blessings up. We pull up in here, man. We live. I got 5 different pages. We going live on all 5 right now. Stop playing with him. Prayers up, blessings up. If you don't know me, my name is Jabez El Israel. I got a goal to help over 1 million people get down to their natural body size and stay there for life. I'm not playing about that goal. So I like to do Cooking and Thinking Thursdays. I started Cooking and Thinking Thursdays 2 years ago. And I try to do it every Thursday, but I haven't been completely consistent. But the whole premise of Cooking and Thinking Thursdays is we prepare a meal that fit the principles of my book, Life Matters, So Let's Eat Like It. I lost 100 pounds. This was me in 2014. I lost it, but I did it still eating the foods that I like to eat. You feel me? So, I was still eating bread, pasta, rice, cookies, cakes. And I break down how I was able to do it in this book. We are knocking on the door of 50,000 copies sold. All praises due to the creator of all things. Shout out everybody that grabbed a copy of the book. Shout out everybody that done sent us the testimonial videos and before and after pictures. And oh man, it's just amazing what's happened over the last few years. I make it easy to understand, how to choose better versions of the foods that we love. I was eating the wrong type of bread. I was eating bread made with the wrong ingredients. And that's why if you know me in any of my content, you'll see when I go in the grocery store, the main thing I'm doing, I'm showing ingredients. That's why I'm always saying, read the ingredients. Now look, let me go up in here, man. Christina, what they do, man? August, what's popping? Okay, Catlin, you love the gardening tips. I appreciate that book. Look, new book coming soon too. The next book I'm about to drop, I'm writing it not right now, but I'm writing it. I'm on chapter 3 right now. The book is titled, The More We Grow, The More We'll See. Everything We Need Is Free. The cover dope. I already got the cover down. Matter of fact, that's an announcement. I only my story once. I just got the cover from my designer, and the whole premise of the book is going to be how to, grow the foods that we want 100% naturally, 100% for free. The more I'm outside in the garden growing and propagating and getting seeds and dropping them and seeing what's going on and working in my compost, the more I'm saying everything free. Everything comes from the ground for free. And it's crazy how much we pay at the grocery store. We pay that much because we don't know how to grow food on our own. Let's keep it real. And there's other things, but I'm just saying, so, I'm doing my part, I feel like, to just try to make it easy. How to grow food is not really that hard. So I'm going to make it easy to understand, just like weight loss. But this conversation is a conversation about weight loss. You feel me? So listen, if you've ever got any value from anything I've done, I want you to tap the screen. Tap the screen. Show some love. YouTube, smash the like button. What this live is going to be, low-key, is going to be weight loss masterclass. I'm going to be giving out information on this live that people pay me for. You feel me? Like I say, I genuinely want to help over 1 million people get down to their natural body size and stay there for life. It's not that hard. So I'll be giving specific examples of changes that you can make where you'll still be eating what you like, but you're eating better versions of what you like. I'll make it clear how to understand how to do that. And I'm going to be hands-on. On this live, we're going to be doing fish tacos. You feel me? Y'all, YouTube, do me a favor, smash the like button. I see we got 90 people on the live. We got 19 likes. Y'all do me a favor, smash that like button. And what was I going to say? I wanted to make a point. So this is going to be a weight loss live. And what I'm going to do on this live, matter of fact, I'm curious who in the building. Who in the building, man? Represent your city. What cities do we got in the base? Do we got in the building right now? I want to see who pull up in here, man. Folks need meat. The funny thing is, I used to believe the same thing. I'm starting to change. So this right here, This is tuna steak. So we're gonna be doing fish taco pizza that I'm making on top of the stove. I actually made a video about it and I posted it and it low-key went viral. We got over 1 million views combined on all the platforms. And I'm gonna make the dough. Look, here goes the dough right here. See who in the building. Grenada in the building. What they do, man. Indiana in the building. Toronto in the building. South Carolina, Detroit, Tampa. What they do, man. I see y'all. Dottie, what's good? Marcus, what they do? Banks, Indianapolis in the building. Philly in the building. That's live, man. Art, what they do out of Little Rock. Chrissy out of Florida. What's popping, Chrissy? How much the tuna steak? No, man. But it's $10 a pound. You know what I'm saying? North Carolina in the building. KST, man, what they do. England in the building, that's live. Clyde Slide, what they do. Clyde Slide, I like that name. Georgia, what's popping? Oh man, that's live. Let me show you what I got here. So we got some this is dough. This is dough that I made this morning, and this is the dough that I'm gonna be using. This is the dough that I'm gonna be using for the pizza. I'm not doing this pizza in the oven. And this is, it made this pizza up it came to me in a vision. I had a thought about it. This was like 2 ago because, how did it happen? It's I feel like, I don't even remember, but it came to me and I was like, man, I'm about to make a fish taco pizza. Right? And I'm telling you, but look, I actually just put a post up about this live. You might have seen it before you pulled up. The main thing, okay, before I get it at, it ain't gonna be no cheese on this pizza. And it ain't even gonna be no tomato sauce on this pizza. It's a fish taco pizza. You feel me? And watch how this thing come together. I'm chopping it up. I'm gonna be on this live till the sun go down. Watch this. And guess what? Not the only thing I'm doing. That's not the only thing I'm doing. Also, what we're gonna do. Let me ask y'all this, man. Before I get into it, because I wanna help people lose weight on this live. That's my whole mission on this live, is to help people lose weight. You know what I'm saying? We're also doing a flash sale on my book, 50% off. If anybody want to grab a copy, I got the link underneath my profile picture for my book, Life Matters. So let me ask y'all a question. If you would like to lose some weight, if you got a goal to lose some weight, whether it's a few pounds or a lot of pounds, drop a 4 in the chat. Let me see who on this live let me see who's in that actually wants to lose weight before I start running my mouth. Because I want to help people specifically. I want to get a little bit kind of like specific on this live. I'm going to be doing a Q&A in a little bit. I'm going to be answering questions. I'm going to be doing my best to get around to, DK, what they do. Okay, Pretty, what's popping? Gene, what the Gene say I do, what they do. Gene the guy, what's popping? Gary, drop a 4 in the chat if you'd like to lose a few pounds. If you'd like to lose weight, let me see who in here that'd like to lose some weight. TikTok, let me know. If anybody on the TikTok that'd like to lose some weight, let me know, man. Drop a 4 in the chat. Lee, what's popping? Okay, good. So check this out. Check this out. The piece of advice. Because I want to give tangible advice. Because I'm about to start cooking in a minute. I got, it's 4 o'clock. I think the sun go down at around 8 o'clock. I got to be done. I want to be done with everything by 7. So I have a good hour to just chop it up and get questions answered and just help some people lose weight on this live. In the meantime, we're going to be getting it down. But I want to give a piece of tangible advice right now on this live. All right. So if you got to go to lose weight, if you just right, I always talk about processed foods. In particular, I like to start out with the enrichment process. Okay. If you're unfamiliar with the enrichment process, gain. Drop a 9 in the chat. Drop a 9 in the chat if you're unfamiliar with the enrichment process and specifically its relationship to weight gain. Drop a 9 in the chat so I can see who I can help with this piece of advice, because once you understand what I'm about to tell you, I'm telling you, if you do it and you'll start to see your weight coming down. It blew my mind when I learned this and I put it to practice. Drop a 9 in the chat if you're unfamiliar with the enrichment process and its relationship to weight gain. D, what's good? Mary, what's good? Okay, Cupcake, I see you. Jimmy, what's popping? What's good? Gary, Sam, okay, good. We got some people that, okay, good. Watch this. I'm about to show you. Okay, so the enrichment process is everybody's heard of processed foods. All right? Everybody's heard of processed foods. So the main ingredient in pizza is flour. Okay? Y'all be quiet now. The main ingredient in pizza is flour to make the crust. And so The enrichment process is a process that you can put grains through. So flour, 9 out of 10 times, is made with wheat, the wheat grain. And so the enrichment process is a process that was created in the late 1940s. Right after World War II, it was adopted and started getting pushed heavily in the country first, in the States. And so it's a process, it's a chemical process that they bring grains through. You can enrich wheat, you can enrich rice, and you can enrich corn. And so here's the thing, grain has a germ in it. So the wheat plant has a germ in the wheat. The germ of the grain, or some people call it the fiber, that's the softest part of the grain. That's the part of the grain that spoils first. And so they did the enrichment process so they wouldn't have to worry about batches spilling. And also that's the part of the grain, the germ is the part of the grain where bugs eat that. They like the germ. And so they created a process that's a chemical process. And when they bring grain through this process, they can remove the germ from the grain. And so what they do when they remove that germ, which has natural B vitamins and things like this in it already naturally, they remove it. And what they do is they add synthetic nutrients to replace the natural nutrients that was lost during the enrichment process. This is the enrichment process, all right? Now, one of the problems with the enrichment is our bodies don't break down the synthetic nutrients the same way it breaks down the natural nutrients that was inside the germ when it was in its natural form in the first place. All right. And so it leads to weight gain. So how you can know, if that makes sense what I just said, drop a yes in the chat. Let me see who's following with me right now. I'm gonna show you some examples of how you could identify it and switch it out for a version that wasn't put through the enrichment process. When I learned about, I see the yeses dropping. Good. Noni, what they do? Elevated, I see you. Yeah, drop a yes, you know what I mean? Okay, good. So check it. That's the enrichment process. All right, it's very important to understand this. When I found out of the enrichment process and I identified all the things that I realized I was enriched foods every single day. When I made the switch from the enriched grains to the grains that wasn't put through the enrichment process, I started losing weight. But I was still eating bread. I was still eating pasta. I was still eating rice. I just started eating all of these things that wasn't put through the enrichment process. They still tasted great. Matter of fact, they tasted better. It didn't sit on my stomach so heavy. And I noticed my weight started coming down. That's the super lit thing about it. Now watch this. That's why I wrote my book. I wrote this book to explain how I was able to lose 100 pounds still eating the foods that I like to eat. And we've helped thousands of people. So, this is how when it comes to the enrichment process, right? This is an example of an enriched flour. If you know about this Pillsbury flour, drop a 4 in the chat. If you grew up on this, if this is a flour that you recognize real good, drop a 4 in the chat, man. Let me see who in here real quick. Okay. SD, what they do? Kara know what time it is with this. Ginger know what it is. Okay. Yeah, drop a 4 if you know about this Pillsbury. So you notice right here, it's a bleached enriched. All right. I'm about to get ready just so, I can get on to cooking. I'm going to start cooking here in a second. That's letting you know right there that it's enriched. All right. Now, sometimes they put the enriched on the front of the pack. So that's why I'm always saying read the ingredients. When you look at the ingredients right here, you'll see bleached wheat flour. Then here's the synthetic nutrients that are added. You see it right here. Niacin, iron, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid, enzymes. All that should be in wheat flour is the type of wheat plant being used. All right. So here goes good news. Just like they sell this flour in the store, they sell flour that wasn't put through the enrichment process. Right? So I got this from the same store. Notice at the ingredients, what it say right here. Wheat flour contains wheat. See that? See that? So when I made the switch from the enriched flour, which has bleached wheat flour in it, niacin, iron, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid, enzymes. When I made the switch from enriched flour to regular flour that wasn't put through the enrichment process, that all that's in it is whole wheat, my weight started coming down. I was still eating flour. And then you got to think about it with flour, right? If that makes sense. Oh, Lord, here we go. See what I'm saying? I don't know what it is with TikTok. They stay waving me, man. They stay flagging me like I'm out here like promoting something bad or something. Let me submit the feedback. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. My live does not contain the content mentioned in the notice. Submit it. For 10 minutes. Your live is not. What? My bad, y'all. Hold on. Disclose live content. I don't know what I just did. We'll see what happens with that one. They just waved me out. But let me see here. Can you see my comments? I just seen it. I'm trying to like at the same time. Yeah, they love the block. Yeah. Noni, you probably right. You feel me? But then at the same time, it's a lot of us that love the truth too. So it ain't just all bad people out here. We got good ones too. So I try to like focus on speaking to the good ones. You know what I'm saying? And I just pretty much try to ignore the bad ones. That's my best, at least. So, yeah, let me ask y'all a question. Did it make sense, what I just said, though, about the enriched foods? If it made sense, drop a yes in the chat. Let me see if I was able to help somebody. So now when it comes to flour, right? And when it comes to enriched grains, but especially flour, I see y'all. Okay, good. Lee, what they do? McCleasy, what's good? Okay, Shani, good. All right, now, so there's a lot of people that said they had to lose weight. I just gave you a piece of information that if you apply it, I'm telling you, the only way you're going to know if I'm telling you the truth is if you apply what I just taught you by getting off the enriched flour and go to the flour that wasn't enriched. And you got to start weighing yourself every day. That's the second piece of information. This is a weight loss masterclass. It's Cooking and Thinking Thursdays. I'm telling you right now, this is game, right? This is very important. What changed my life is when I started weighing myself every morning after I used the bathroom and every night before I went to sleep. Blair, what they do, man, it's all love. It changed my life when I intentionally started weighing myself every morning after I used the bathroom and every night before I went to sleep. And I also was thinking about what did I eat today and what did I eat yesterday. By doing that, I was to see the way my weight fluctuated because every day you're going to notice if you weigh yourself in the morning and at night, you'll notice your weight changes every single day because we eat, we put on weight, we lose the weight when we use the bathroom. And so when I'm looking at my weight and paying attention to what I'm eating, I'm seeing the way my body is responding to what I'm in it. I coach people one-on-one. I do group coaching. We developed a weight loss community. I do this all the time. So what I'm saying is, one of the things that I've heard most, people trying to lose weight, one of the things that I've heard most, especially when I'm like individually helping people, this is the main thing that I've heard when we start a process. Because I bring people through a 28-day process. And like, over 90% of the people that I bring through the process lose over 5 pounds. 5, 10, 15 pounds is common in 30 days. And so, and then they just keep losing weight because they understand it at that point. But what I'm saying is, in the beginning of my coaching, I hear this from almost half the people. The same exact statement. I don't want to weigh myself every day. I'm just going to weigh myself in the beginning. And then when we're done, I'm going to weigh myself again. So many people tell me that it tripped me out. And so I tell them at that point, listen, I understand where you're from. And if you're going to be adamant about that, I can give you your money back right now. And we don't have to go any further because this is a mandatory part of this process. The only way that I can be able to help you is to be able to see what you're eating on a daily and to be able to see the way your weight is fluctuating compared to what you're eating on a daily. That's the only way I can help you. And that's the only way that we can help ourselves. If that makes sense, man, drop a 4 in the chat. You got to weigh, if you're trying to lose weight, you got to fall in love with getting on that scale and looking at the truth of the situation. If it makes sense what I just said about weighing yourself on a daily, drop a 4 in the chat. I see you, Lee, what they do. And I break down all these principles in my book, Life Matters, So Let's Eat Like It. I make it super easy to understand from every angle. how to lose the weight you want to lose. You feel me? So let's get this thing going, man. Let's get this thing going. And they keep track with the apps. Yeah, and I like to I go more into it in my coaching, but I encourage people to get a journal and write. You know what I'm saying? There's power in writing and spelling. Taking something out of mind and casting it into the three-dimensional realm and putting it down on a two-dimensional surface. From out of our mind, when we write it onto the paper, it comes from out of our mind and into reality. As opposed to when we put it into the digital realm with apps on our phone, when we put it into the digital realm, it's in the ether. It's different. It's like it's still in our mind. So we're kind of drifting further and further away from taking it out of our mind and writing it into this reality, into this realm. And I could go on, that's a whole nother topic, but I encourage you to start keeping a journal. You know what I'm saying? You know? So anyways, let's get this thing going. What I'm gonna do is, I go into that, I touch on that in my chapter 3 of my book, Mindset. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, the mindset is the most important part of this whole process. Is the mindset. When a lot of us, I know for me specifically, I got overweight because my mindset was wrong. There's a lot of things that I just was aware of, and I wasn't thinking right and didn't realize it. So I had a specific mindset, advice and tactics that you can use that's helped a lot of people to lose the weight they want to lose. You know what I'm saying? Let's see you in here, man. If I missed anything. People talk about eating healthy, but it's more expensive. So I go what I afford. Okay. Well, here's the thing, and I actually talk about that in my book too. Glad you mentioned that. So I got some tuna steaks right here. I'm gonna wash these off. I'm glad you mentioned that. So I never forget when this happened, right? Because I used to believe the same thing. When this was me, right? When this was me, in 2014, we was living in the Pine Island projects. Me and my wife, children. You know what I mean? I was going through a rough period of time at that period of my life, and I believe that healthy food just costs too much. And I actually mentioned this in my book because I was reflecting on it after I had lost the weight, and it wasn't like I spent a lot of time thinking about it. I really didn't even think about it too much. But when I was reflecting on it, I was writing my book, it hit me that I believe that thought got into my head that healthy food costs too much from an experience that I had at Whole Foods. Like I really went to thinking, like, when did I start really believing that healthy food was too expensive for me to afford, right? And so I remember hearing about it, like just being in the neighborhood, like hearing people say like people that I was hanging around, like my friends, it was like the conversation that was coming up about Whole Foods is that's where the rich people go get their food. They make it expensive, so the people that ain't got money got to go get the bad food from Dixie, and that's why we dying sooner and rich people living longer. It was that type of conversation going on in the neighborhood. You feel me? So I was like, y'all ain't finna get me like that. That's how I was. That's how I've always been kind of like that, like in my mind, like, I'm going to Whole Foods then. If y'all people living longer shopping at Whole Foods, I need to go to Whole Foods. I went to Whole Foods, right? I went there and I had like, you know what I mean? I had probably like $45. I probably had about $45 I was working with. I went in there, I grabbed stuff and got to the register and they rang it up and it came up to like 100. And I just had a little pan basket. I ain't even had no push basket. I had the little hand holder basket. It was like $100, and I was like, but I had pride, and there was people behind me in the line, and so I just went ahead and charged it to them. I paid the money, and I remember when I was walking out that store, I felt sick stomach, for real, because I'm like, why didn't I just give them some food back? I had $45, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm using money I ain't even got, like. So I feel like it was from that I believe that it got into my spirit that healthy food costed too much. But fast forward, right? It was another epiphany moment that I had. Now, I'm going to keep one of these steaks. I'm going to keep one of these steaks for later. I'm only going to need one of these. I'm only going to need one of these steaks right now. So watch this. So I had another experience happen years later, right? So this was around 2015. I started my weight loss journey in 2014. So I had lost probably like, whatever, 30, 40 pounds that first year, whatever it was. And I was doing good. The first thing that I ever decided to do was stop eating fast food. And I actually talk about that in my book. That was my first decision because back then I believed that fast food was the main reason why I was overweight. And I was eating fast food because it was affordable and it was convenient. And I liked the way it tastes. So what happened was it was a day. I went a whole year I wasn't eating no fast food. I still don't eat fast food today. So it was like a whole year I hadn't ate any fast food. And then I heard the commercial came on for McDonald's 2 for $5. Let me ask y'all the question. Who on this live like McDonald's breakfast? Because someone had put like how expensive healthy food costs too much. And I'm just, this is mindset. This is mindset. This is a mindset piece of the conversation. This is important. Drop a yes in the chat if you like McDonald's breakfast. Keep it real. I used to love McDonald's breakfast. I still sometimes get a craving for McDonald's breakfast. Like it tastes. McDonald's breakfast is fire, man. Everybody know that. Drop a yes in if you like McDonald's breakfast, man. Keep it real, man. Let me see who gonna keep it real. Keita, what they do, man. Okay, I see you still locked in. Nice. Okay. Yeah, man. So okay. Yeah. So check it, right? It was the 2 for $5 McDonald's breakfast. These are tuna steaks that I'm cutting up, by the way. And I'm gonna be using these tuna steaks on this fish taco pizza that I'm making right now. So what happened, I heard the commercial for the 2 for $5 for McDonald's, right? And it had been a whole year since I had ate McDonald's or any fast food. And so I made my mind up when I heard that commercial for the 2 for $5. I was like, man, I'm about to get me a McDonald's breakfast today. I was like, I've been doing good. You feel me? I've been doing good. I'm gonna have a McDonald's breakfast and I'm gonna get right back on track tomorrow. I wanted 2 sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffins and I wanted a hash brown and I wanted an orange juice. You feel me? Pulled up to because I heard the commercial on the radio and I was literally right next to a McDonald's right over here in Homestead. So I was like, okay, I'm about to go to McDonald's. I pulled up to the McDonald's, but the line was so long it went to the street. I'll never forget this day, right? So I pull up, bam. And I can't even get into the parking lot. I'm still in the street. And it's like traffic trying to go around me. I'm like, man, I'm not finna wait in this line. I was like, man, I'm not doing it. I was like, man, I'm not doing it, man. And so I ended up doing was, I ended up going to Walmart that was right next to the McDonald's, right? So I went to the Walmart. I was like, man, my original plan was I was just going to eat fruit for breakfast anyway. I had been started eating fruit for breakfast. And so I went to the Walmart and I got me fruit, right? I got an orange, a navel orange. I got a pear and a banana, right? Everything came to like $2 and change. It was $2 and change. I rang it up. I went to my car and I went about my business. I ate the orange, I ate the pear and the banana, right? And I was straight. And then I remember it hit me. I never forget this. It hit me. I'm like, man, I just got an orange, a pear, and a banana, and I spent $2 and change. I was about to spend about $8 at McDonald's. And I was like, wow, why do you believe healthy food costs too much? I was like, man, I just spent like $5 less on a breakfast that's way more healthy. And I remember my mind went to racing. You feel me? My mind went to racing. And then from that point, I went to really analyze prices and looking at like options options that are made with more natural, better things compared to the heavily processed options. And when I really went to analyzing it, it ain't even really all the way true. There are cases where the better options do cost more, but that ain't always the case. For example, like starting my day with fruit, deciding to start my day with fruit instead of like a hot breakfast. Just doing that's gonna save me at least $5 a day if I eat breakfast every day. Right or wrong? At least $5 a day that's gonna save me compared if I do like the sausage, eggs. Eggs, forget about it. Eggs, sausage, now it's going through the roof. So all I gotta do is make that switch for breakfast. I'm $5 or $6 to the better. You feel me? Now I could use that to buy some rice that costs $2 more that wasn't put through the process, the enrichment process. You get what I'm saying? And so what I realized was that was really a false belief that was inside of me because of some experiences that I had in the past. And because I believed that, I stopped looking for options that were available that fit my budget, that were better than the options that I was choosing, that led me to the point where I was overweight. So we got to be careful what we tell and what we believe, especially if we're trying to lose weight. If we're trying to lose weight and at the same time I'm telling myself the better options that's going to help me to lose the weight cost too much for me to be able to afford, I'm stuck. I'm not going to be able to lose the weight. So I done trick myself out of my blessing. And really, it's just all thoughts going on. If it makes sense what I just said, drop a 4 in the chat. If it makes sense what I just said, drop a 4 in the chat, man. Let me see who pull up in here, man. BTC, what they do. All right, y'all. I'm about to Rio. What's popping? I'm getting this thing going. Again, I break all these principles down in my book. I make it super simple and easy to understand how you can lose the weight you want to lose without giving up food you love. We're doing a 50% off sale on my book right now. If anybody want to grab a copy, I got the discount link underneath my profile picture. When you click that link, when you get to the checkout page, you'll see the get cut by 50%. All right. Now, I got this tuna steak cut up, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to season it. So this is a method that I like to use when I'm seasoning things. It's my Grandma Lois season in a bag method. If you ever seen me cook, you know I love this. I actually talk about it in my cookbook too, in our family cookbook. So this is a method my Grandma Lois, God bless the dead, he put me up on game with this. You put what you're trying to season in the bag, right? Bam, you put it in there. It's the old school method where you ain't got to get no dishes dirty. And then you don't really got to get your hands too dirty. All right. Now what I'm going to season this tuna steak with is a simple season. I'm using this truffle salt. I love this truffle salt. How do I subscribe? I don't know how to subscribe to, Queen. I don't know if you mean the page, if you mean my page, my YouTube channel, or what right now. But if you're talking about the weight loss community, which I haven't spoken on that for a minute, so I doubt that's what you was talking about. I dropped the truffle salt in there. Let me just keep this thing going though, cause baby, you know what time it get dark out? Dark out today? I'm putting truffle salt on this tuna. I'm putting black pepper. We're doing fish taco pizza. $6.52. God, I thought it got dark at like 8 for some. I thought it was 7:52 it got dark. All right, y'all. Dang, that just changed my whole time frame. I got to start cooking for real, y'all. All right. Chipotle powder. There's another thing that helped me lose weight. I got off like the pre-mixed seasons because a lot of them additives, and I talk about this in my book too, a lot of them additives actually are designed to make us keep eat. You know what I'm saying? And them complete seasonings, and it's hard for our body to break them down. And there's also psychological side effects that are concerning. So now I make all my seasons from like I get like chipotle powder, garlic powder, like one at a time where it's in its natural form. Sea salt, cracked black pepper, and I mix my own seasons up together. You know what I'm saying? And making that switch helped me lose weight too. And it helped me over time, sticking with that, my appetite went down too. My page, yeah, you just go to my homepage and you just click subscribe. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's Jabez _invest. You just go to YouTube and look up Jabez Invest. You'll see how I'll pop up. We are already at almost 800,000 subscribers on YouTube in 1 year. It's a trip. I got my plaque and all, man. Shout out to So now look at how that tuna steak look. This is gonna be the fish that we use on the fish taco pizza. Now, how this is gonna come together, I'm gonna take a little bit of olive oil, put it on the bottom of this. I'm gonna cook this tuna steaks in the air fryer. Look how I look. So I'm spreading these out, right? Because I want them to kind of crisp up when they're cooking. I'm spreading these out just like this. And then there's gonna be another layer of flavor that I drop on these. When ready, you'll see what happens. But look at that. There go the tuna steaks. Here's taco pizzas. And my bad, y'all, if I'm missing what y'all saying. 5 phones in front of me, and I'm like, now I'm noticing I got an hour less to cook, and I planned on fish taco pizza, and I was gonna do these chocolate chip cookies from scratch. I don't know, I don't even have time for all that. I thought I had a whole extra hour for some reason. All right, so I'm putting that in the air fryer. I ain't starting it yet because I want it to be hot. All right, so now I'm gonna cut up some bell peppers and onions. Dang. Babe, I might need you. Big favor, could you help me with something real quick, babe? No, at the same time. My bad. I thought I was gonna be able to have more time. Now I'm looking at the time. Okay, let me not stress out over it. I'm just gonna focus on the fish taco pizza. I might not be able to do the cookies. I ain't gonna stress myself out over it. I thought I had more time. If I got this, I'll do it. If not, I'll just go live on Saturday and I'll make the cookies on Saturday. You know what I mean? How many people on here feel like sweets is like one of the things that's making it hard for you to lose weight? Like, have you ever felt like that? Like you need to stop with the sweets? Drop a yes in the chat if you ever felt like sweets was one of the main reasons why it was hard for you to lose weight. Drop a yes chat if you ever felt like that. Let me see who in here, man. Okay, Courtney, what they do, man? Okay, Mary, what's popping? Good news. You know, I was able to lose 100 pounds. And I eat sweets to this day. I was eating sweets the whole time. You know, I was eating sweets that was made with the wrong ingredients. You know what I mean? The worst, I was eating sweets made with the wrong sweeteners. The main sweetener that's in sweets, especially like snacks that are pre-made, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that you buy from the store already made. Most sweets bought from the store is made with or flour in it for one. Like cookies, like all the little Debbie snacks. Like flour is in a lot of sweet things. And it's enriched 99% of the time. So the flour in the sweet things is hard for a lot of us to lose weight, whereas we've been programmed to think it's really just the sweets in general. But it's the ingredients. So it's the flour and it's the sugar. Like most sweets is made with granulated white sugar. Granulated white table sugar. So granulated white sugar is when you see granulated sugar, when you see the word granulated, that's specifying the type of process that sugar was put through. It was put through the granulation process. Just like when you see the word enriched on grains, it's specifying the type of process. We're talking about processed foods. There's a lot of different processes. So the granulation process, to sum it up, leads the weight gain, man. So like, for example, like most sugar is like this. This is granulated. You see that? And 99 out of, my whole life, this all I've seen, like the Dixie Crystals or the Diamond granulated sugar. If this the type of sugar that you're used to, drop a 4 in the chat. If this you're familiar with, if when it comes to baking things and stuff like that, This white sugar, if you've seen this grow, drop a 4 in the chat. Let me see who pulled up in here, man. I'm that I really need, babe, is the some onions cut up like real little for the tartar sauce, and these pickles, because they ain't have the pickle de gallo at the store, man. They ain't have no natural relish, so I gotta make it from scratch. So it's just the pickles, onions cut up real little, and not I don't even lot really. Yeah, hold on. So check this out, y'all. Good news though, the sugar, right? When it comes to the granulated sugar, the good news is all I did was I made the switch from the granulated sugar to the raw organic cane sugar. It's right there in the same section. When I made which I noticed my weight started going down, I was still eating sweet things. Like I was going to show you this example of the cookies right here on this live, but here's an example of the sugar that I switched it out for. I switched from the granulated sugar to this type of sugar right here. You see what it say? Organic raw cane sugar. And this tastes even better. And you'll notice it don't sit so heavy on your stomach. You feel me? And that's one of the main reasons I was able to lose weight still eating sugar. Then another thing you got to pay attention to in the sweets is the type of oil being used. You know, a lot of times it uses either butter or canola oil. And then also a lot of sweets use high fructose corn syrup. Latonia Kelson, I just sort of come through. Latonia, it's love. You can't help yourself, kid. Where did you find it at? That's at in Publix. You know what I mean? But they have raw cane sugar. Even in Walmart, you can find it. In most grocery stores, they got it. And if they don't have it in the grocery store, you can order it online and get it sent right to the house, like from Amazon.
What's the onions?
Right here. The onions, and here go the pickles.
How much of this onion?
Probably just that one little piece right there. Maybe not even all that, like half of that. And then probably like 4 of those pickles, and that's good. And then like probably like this much of the dill, like half the dill come. All right, so let's get this thing going. I'm about to saute these up. Now this is going on the pizza, the fish taco pizza. I'm sauteing this thing up. I got onions and I got bell peppers. So we're gonna saute that up. And in the meantime, let me start working on this crust. So here go the dough for the crust. So all that's in this dough, right, is flour, yeast, non-enriched flour, obviously. This type of flour right here. I just seen the order come through. Kevin is love, man. The main thing is when we're using flour to make things, we're making a fish taco pizza. You're trying to lose weight. Get you a flour that's just made with regular wheat, just the grain that's being used, not enriched grains. Making that switch helped me to lose at least 20 pounds out of the 100 pounds that I lost. Was just from getting off the enriched grain and going to the grains that wasn't put through the enrichment process. I'm telling you, man, it's a trip. And I was still eating bread, pasta, rice, cookies, all that. You know what I mean? And that's why I wrote my book, because when I realized, how do I say this? Like, as I was losing the weight and I realized I was still eating the food that I like, I was able to find options that fit my budget. I realized that the only reason why I got overweight is because my whole life, when it came to choosing food, I was choosing food strictly based on what I had a taste for. I wasn't looking at food that is any deeper than what I had a taste for. So I realized that, and also I was realizing as I was going to the grocery store and I was really starting to pay attention, like the ingredients better, I was watching people in the grocery store and I was starting to realize how many people wasn't looking at the ingredients. It was starting to blow my mind when I was going to the grocery store. And I've been peeping the ingredients. I've been getting the result of my weight going down. It was blowing my mind how few people actually paid attention to the ingredients. And so it got into my spirit to write a book about it. You know what I mean? And start talking about it. And I'm glad I did. It changed my life. It changed my life. Sometimes the simplest solutions lead to the biggest results, man. We've been programmed to eat in a way that's gonna have us overweight. Period. Dang, y'all, I'm about to burn the house now. Hold up. All right, so I'm gonna saute these onions and bell peppers. It's pan dumb hot right now. That's all right. Get these onions and bell peppers going. You feel me? Let's saute them up. This is for the fish taco pizza. Watch how this thing come together. Watch how this thing come together right now. Let me move this out of the way. So it blew my mind, man. So that's why, when I wrote my book, I started to really notice. Like, that I wasn't wrong. Like when I wrote the book and how the positive feedback that I was getting on it, and it started to get more and more into my spirit to realize that we just been programmed, man. Like we're programmed to buy food based on what the package looked like the front of the pack, and also we've been programmed to look at the nutrition facts. The nutrition facts, it got words on it like for example, the first thing that I used to always try to make a healthy choice was I'd look at the nutrition facts. And it got words like calories, cholesterol, carbohydrates, protein. And I actually talk about this in my book too. Like it blew my mind when I realized that if someone were to say, I'll pay you $1 million right now to take a piece of this flour, right, and put it under a microscope. Put it under, because I used to count calories. I'll ask y'all a question. Has anybody on this live ever counted calories? Drop a yes in the chat if you ever counted calories to try to lose weight. You wanted to be aware of how many calories you were eating per day. Drop a yes in the chat if you ever did that, counted calories. Let me see whoever tried that, because I did. I tried counting calories. Rosa, what they do? Bria, what's up? Okay, Roderick know what time it is. Dolo, what's popping? So this what blew my mind, right? It was actually Elatone Melamine that got me to think about it. If someone were to pay me $1 million and they were to say some of this flour underneath a microscope and take a pointer pen and point at the calorie molecule. Point out the calorie. I would not be able to do that. If you were not able to point out a calorie molecule, drop a 4 in the chat. If you would not be able to look under a microscope and say, okay, there goes the calorie right there, drop 4 in the chat. Keep it real, man. Keep it in the comments. The rest of that's fine. Keep it real in the comments, man. Drop a 4. I see y'all. Okay, Dex keeping it real. Okay, Lloyd, what they do? Rosa, what's popping? D, what's good? So my hook is, right, how can I count calories if I don't even know what it look like? I wouldn't be able to identify a protein molecule, a calorie molecule. I wouldn't know. I don't even know what it looked like. It's so many people out here so counting calories, but nobody even knows what a calorie looked like. So how do we know what are we even really counting? We just going off numbers that's packed. And what's crazy, right? I lost 100 pounds. I wasn't looking at none of that. I talk about that in my book. I wasn't looking at none of that. I ain't count not 1 calorie and I lost 100 pounds. I was counting calories. I lost some weight, but then I gained it back because it was confused. It seemed like a lot of work. That's why what's most important, in my opinion, it's not the calories, the cholesterol. This is what they want us to look. The protein, the carbohydrates. What's most important is what's right up underneath that, the ingredients. It's the ingredients, man. I know what a plant look like. So when I started looking at it like that, like I started to look at it like, okay, let me look for ingredients that I know what they is. You know what I'm saying? I started getting results, and it was easier to stay consistent. I put yeast in this band. I feel like I put too much. It's like dumb flimsy. Oh! Uh-oh. I gotta redo this, y'all. This dough like super soft, man. This is my first using yeast in it like this. Like I put the yeast in water and dissolve the yeast. And then I let it set out. The dough feel good, but it's a little bit too, like it need to be a little firmer. I add a little bit of flour to it, that's all. And fold it over a couple of times. All right, let me do this again and let me drop this. You want to know another thing that I was thinking about? This is a random thought, but that I'm sitting here with this dough. Watch this. Let me ask y'all a question. If you've never made a loaf of bread from scratch, drop a 4 in the chat. If you've never made a loaf of bread from scratch, drop a 4 in the chat. Let me see who has never made a loaf of bread. Okay, look at this, y'all. Just look. Sean, what they do? I see y'all. Robin, what's good? Kathy, what they do? Lloyd, Solo, Mystical, what they do? Sunny. Most of this country has never actually baked a loaf of bread. I had an epiphany about this just a few days ago, and it's scary. It ain't even like it's hard to make bread, is it? But for some reason, nobody do it. Like barely anybody make bread. So I believe because of that, for some reason it's like that. I believe because of that, they've been engineer bread in a way that's so bad for us. But since we don't know since nobody really making the bread, it's like people buying bread that's just putting weight on you crazy. Same with tortilla shells and pizza crust, because we don't know how to make the dough ourselves. But all we got to learn. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying, right? Watch this. This is crazy. So I do group coaching, right? I took a group of 40 people through a process back in July. And I bought different items so I could show them examples of the wrong versions of food and show them the ingredients. And then I bought examples to show them what they could switch it out for better versions of the same thing that are available in the grocery store, right? So I bought all this for that group of 40 people that I took through the Eat What You Love and Weigh Less reprogram. This back in July. I bought this loaf of bread for that group. Sherry Thompson, I just seen the order come through. Sherry is love. Yeah, we're doing a 50% off sale on my book, Life Master. Let's Eat Like It. If anybody want to grab a copy, I go over these principles. I make it super easy to understand how to choose the right versions of the food you love. If you want to grab a copy, I got the discount link underneath my profile picture on my homepage, and you'll see the discount on the checkout page. We're doing this 50% off sale just for this live. So if you want to grab a copy, feel free. But look at this, y'all. July 8th, 2024 is the expiration date, right? On this bread. Tell me it ain't no mold on this bread yet. July, how many months old is that? July. What, January, March, June, July, August, September, October, What we in October right now? July, August, September, October. This bread is 4 months old. And it ain't got no mold on it. Bread's supposed to get mold on it after, like, I remember back in the days, we'll get bread. If we ain't eat it that week, it'll have mold on it. Robin Wilson, I just seen the order come through. Robin is love. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Let me know in the comments if I'm tripping. Back in the days when we used loaves of bread, even if it was white bread, if we ain't eat that thing in a week and a half or so, it's gonna be mold on that bread. That bread is over 4 months old, and it ain't no mold on it yet. Scary. All right, y'all, so what I'm doing now, I'm dropping this dough on top of this skillet as the base for my pizza. All right, we're making fish taco pizza right here on this line. And so I'm kind of crumpling up. I'm kind of crumpling up the edge to kind of get that pizza vibe along the edge. I'm crumpling up the edge. We're doing this right on top of the stove, y'all. It's about to come together in a minute. All right, matter of fact, let me start this. I'm gonna start the fish right now. So we got that tuna steak in the. Say what's up, man.
What's up?
We got the tuna steak going in the air fryer right now. That's in motion. All right. Now, what I gotta get going now, to be real with you, I gotta start working on this. I'm gonna start on the topping of this pizza, right? So watch how this comes together. This is different, trust me. Like I said, this came to me in a vision. This is fish, this is fish taco pizza. Alright, so we're gonna put lettuce on this topping. Fresh lettuce together. Don't judge it till you see it. I'm gonna cut this lettuce up real fine like this. This is very important. You gotta cut the lettuce up real little, because this is gonna be the base layer of this fish taco pizza. You're gonna see the first thing I actually put the fish taco pizza as a base instead of red sauce like regular pizza. It's a tartar sauce that I'm about to whip up, and that's the first thing that I drop. And then I'm gonna drop this lettuce on top of that. But you gotta chop it up real fine like this, and watch how I put the flavor on this lettuce. Because this lettuce, it gotta be kind of wet. So it can stick to the pizza. Not wet like super wet, but you'll see what I'm talking about. You're gonna use a little bit of cold pressed olive oil. Some etc., some flavor that we got on this thing. Alright, so this is the base of this fish taco pizza. Oh shoot. Oh, y'all, I'm about to burn the crust, y'all. Oh, bang. Oh! Sorry. Cuz I'm about to burn the crust. But that's alright, I like my crust a little toasty. So what I did, I just flipped it. But look, y'all, look. So you feel me? But I like to be real with you with my pizza. I like the bottom of my pizza to be kind of like burnt a little bit. I ain't too mad. But that's how it's looking right now. I low-key forgot I had this on the stove, man. So I flipped it over though. We're all right. Everything is all right. Flipped it over. I'm taking that off the heat. So now, let me they're asking me to verify I'm not a robot on TikTok. Let me do that. All right, so everything is about to come together right now. I'm gonna cut up these leftover. Like I got some onions and bell peppers. I'm gonna chop these up real little to add to this lettuce mixture. I don't want a lot, just a little bit to add to the flavor. Drop those on there. All right, now I'm gonna watch this. Now this is a super important part. I'm telling you, it'd be worth your time to see how this whole thing come together. This is a fish taco pizza. We got tuna steaks going in the air fryer right now. Cut up into cubes. Watch how this come together. We drop a little bit of the cold pressed olive oil on here. I'm gonna use some of this truffle salt. All right, I'm gonna use some cracked black pepper on here. This is what I like to call this layering flavors. I'm gonna use some red pepper flakes. Here they go. Red pepper flakes. Dolores, I just seen Dolores grab the copy of the book. It's all love, man. Only thing I ask when you grab this book is that you read it and apply it. And when you get the results, the only thing I ask is that you pass on information. Michelle Wheeler, I just seen another order come through. Michelle, it's all love. Pass on the information, man. Give the book to somebody else that you know trying to lose weight. You know what I mean? Bingo. All right, let me y'all don't let me forget about this because I got this on the stove, but I don't want to burn it again. But I need to hit it with high heat because I want it to be crispy. So let me wash this pizza crust. This is the pizza crust right here that we got going on top of the stove. This is going to be obviously the crust for this fish pizza. What else I want to put in here? Oh, watch this. Watch this. I'm going to use some red wine vinegar. Just a splash. Not a lot. Alright? So now I'm going to mix this up. I want this to be like just how it is. Oh, but you know what? I knew I was forgetting something. I need to put some jalapenos in there. We got some homemade pickled jalapenos that I'm going to drop in there. I actually made these pickled jalapenos from scratch on a live a while back. We got to make some more. This is actually the last little bit. I made about 5 jars full, and we just ran out. So there go them. Now I'm going to cut these up to put in this lettuce mixture. Now, if you know anything about cooking, you can see how this flavor started real interesting. Remember, we got the fish, we got the tuna steaks cut up, diced in the air fryer right now going. So I'm gonna cut these jalapenos, pickled jalapenos up and add these into the lettuce mixture. This is, again, gonna be the base of this fish taco pizza. All authentic recipe that I came up with like 2 weeks ago. It just came to me. And it's fire. Trust me when you try this, man. And I just like the title to a fish taco pizza. It don't even make sense. But when you taste it, it makes sense. Now watch this. Now, got my wife cut up some onions, some dill, and some pickles. Some natural pickles instead of getting that relish out of the jar, because that relish got all type of chemicals in it nowadays. So I'm going to use that to make a homemade tartar sauce. All right, watch how this tartar sauce come together. I'm going to use this. It's a little bit of mayo left in here that I'm going to use. Just because I want to use the this jar, so I don't have to use another jar. Really, the only reason I'm doing this is actually truffle mayo. That's actually fire. This is truffle mayo. So I'm actually going to use some. It's only a little bit left in here though, so I'm going to take some of this mayo out of here and mix it with this truffle mayo, which might actually, I think, is going to give this tartar sauce a nice flavor. This is a new thing I'm trying. All right. Bam. Now I'm going to mix all of this in here. This is a homemade tartar sauce. Watch how this come together. I'm making a whole mess right now. Bomb. Just got the book. Mary, that's love, man. That's love. Only thing I is read it and apply it. You feel me? Keep us in the loop on your journey. You know, you can email us. Our email is on our website. It's brilliantmindedllc@gmail.com. Take a picture today, so you have a before and after picture for yourself. You feel me? And then when you lose all the weight, send us the before and after picture. That's all I ask. And then give somebody else that want to lose weight once you get it and you getting the results. That's all I ask, man. Just ordered the book and the recipe book. Larky, that's love. We're doing a 50% off sale. If anybody else want to grab a copy, we got the discount link underneath our picture. On all pages or whatever. So you'll see the discount on the checkout page. Now look, I'm almost done. Let me focus, man. What time is it? 5? You say it get dark at 5. What? Is it 6 or 5 when it get dark? I'm actually sitting good, I think. I might still be able to eat cookies, matter of fact. 6 what? 32? 6:52 and it's 5? Oh man. I might be able to make these cookies, man. I put some mustard in here. I got the mayo in here. Let me mix this up. I overfilled it low key. Let me mix this all up. This the tartar sauce. I'm mixing all this together. So it's mayo, mustard, natural pickle, pickled cucumbers, dill and onions cut up real little. And this is how the tartar sauce looking right. Let me taste it to see where we're at. I actually like that. That truffle actually make that tartar sauce real nice, man. I actually really like that. Now I'm gonna drop a little bit of wow. That's why I like cooking so much, man. And that's another thing. Like, if you really trying to lose weight, I don't like the way this. Yeah, let me look. If you're really trying to lose weight, right? And you don't know how to cook, it make it harder because most of the restaurant options are processed food in almost all the ingredients. Either they're using processed sugar, processed wheat, in their bread or their pasta. You get what I'm saying? So, a lot of times, if we don't know how to cook and we're kind of dependent on the like restaurants, it's going to be hard to lose weight. You got to be real intentional with what you're choosing to buy out of restaurants. And I actually talk about that in my book as well. Rosa seen the order come through. Rosa is love. But we got to be real intentional with them restaurant choices. But good news is, if you don't know how to cook, that's it right there, y'all. That's ready to go. If you don't know how to cook, I want to check this out. This is a tip that I know going to help somebody. If you don't know how to, okay, let me just ask y'all this. If you feel like you could get better at cooking, drop a 4 in the chat. Like, if you don't really like to cook, if you don't really cook that much, especially if you're trying to wait, but you don't really cook that much, drop a 4 in the chat. Let me see who I can with this piece of it. If everybody already know how to cook, then I don't even need to say what I'm about to say. How do I get the 50% off the book? I appreciate that question. I got the link for our website. Sharon Gilmore, I just seen the order come through. Sharon is love. That's my profile picture. You'll see the link. When you click that link, it take you to our website. When you click the book, and then when you click checkout with that link, the price automatically get cut by 5%. So you'll see the discount on the checkout page. All right. I hope that made sense. Don't know if I see the 4s. Okay. So when it comes to cooking, right? Whatever you like. Matter of fact, let me ask you this. Everybody that dropped a 4. What's your favorite dish and restaurant? What's your favorite restaurant and what's your favorite dish from that restaurant? Who drop it in the comments first? Watch this. When we started doing this, it took our cooking game to the next level. What I'm about to tell you. It took our cooking game to the next level. I'm telling you, watch this. Roast lamb, stroganoff. Okay, but put the restaurant that you like though. Let me see, so I could just so I could illustrate my point. Put the restaurant and the dish that you like from that restaurant. Let me see who in here, man. Lasagna. I'm seeing a lot of. Okay, Texas Longhorn. Okay, well, but what dish? Dolores bought both books. I think I seen when you bought them, Dolores. That's love. I appreciate that, man. Keep us in the loop. Journey. Mexican restaurant loaded burrito. Okay, so check it out. As example, Angela, with the Mexican restaurant. All you got to do, right? Let's say it's whatever the name of the restaurant is. You search up YouTube, search up that restaurant, and then how to make loaded burrito from that restaurant copycat version or copycat recipe. Name of the restaurant, the dish, and copycat recipe. How to make. So you put those words in the YouTube search. How to make, name of the restaurant, the dish, copycat recipe, and it'll pop right up. And it'll be videos that'll show you step by step with the recipe how to make whatever dish you like. And then you just get in the kitchen, get the ingredients, and then step by step, I push play, push pause. I do it, push play, push pause. I do it, push play, push pause. I do it, and just keep up with the video and watch what happens. By the time you're done, it's gonna blow your mind. You're gonna have the dish that you really like made, and it's gonna taste just like how it tastes from that restaurant. And so if you don't know how to cook, that's the best method of learning how to start cooking. The more you start doing that, the easier it's gonna start being. And then you won't have to depend on the restaurants. And then once you learn these principles, how to identify the right versions and the right versions of the ingredients that you like, mixed in with exactly how to cook what you like, you just got to make sure you're using the right ingredients now. And so now you're eating the food that you love made with the right ingredients, and you're going to be noticing your weight come down at the same time. If that made sense, man, drop a yes in the chat. If that made sense just now what I just said, drop a yes in the chat. If you feel like you could do that, drop a yes in the chat. Especially for the people that say they don't really feel that. Red Lobster, there you go. There you go, same thing. Copycat recipes from Red Lobster, they're gonna pop right up. And then you just get in there, you gotta start just getting hands-on in the kitchen, man. We start cooking more. I feel like they're able to do all of this to us with the food because we don't. Hope Williams, I just seen the order come through as love. Sherelle Burrows, I just seen the order come through as love. I feel like they're able to get over on us because not enough of us know how to cook. Not enough of us know how to grow food ourselves. So we're at this point, we're dependent on convenience stores and restaurants. We're dependent on them. So the more that we learn how to cook on our own and the more that we learn how to learn about agriculture and growing food on our own, the less depend on them and the more the price is going to reflect that. The prices right now and also more the ingredients that are being sold in the grocery stores and restaurants are going to reflect that. Does that make sense? It's like when you depend on somebody, they need you so they could do you any kind of way. When I really analyze the food game in this country and I really look at it, I think that's the core issue of the problem. We're too dependent. Curtis Poland, I just seen the order come through, is love. That's just like in the street. Like if somebody know you need them and they know you don't know anywhere else to go get what they got, they could give you any price. You don't know anywhere else to go. Adrian Hardy, I just seen the order come through as love. But when you go get other connects, and then you let them know, I got over here, I can go at this price, over here at this price, over here at this price. Oh yeah, then they start tightening up. You're gonna notice the price hop. Yeah, now you tightening up now. Oh, what happened? I thought it was 15. I didn't know that thing dropped down to 12. What happened? Yeah, right. I don't need you. It's just a food game. That's why, it used to be in home ec, it used to be the way they was teaching us how to cook in school. They don't even teach us how to cook in school no more, man. Think about it. Look at the tuna steaks. Woo! All right, so we about to assemble this pizza. We about to assemble this thing. Let me clean out my space because like I feel cluttered. I feel super cluttered right now. Let me make some room. That's why I'm writing my book. The more we grow, the more we'll see. Everything we need is free. Everything that's in the grocery store is coming from the ground, man. Everything, literally everything that is sold comes from the earth. Every material thing, the ingredients come right from the earth, man. The metal, everything, like the earth, the wood, the plastic, everything comes from out of the ground, man. For the free. So it's one step at a time. You know what I mean? I know what it's like to be, in the projects and being in an apartment building and, feel like, okay, it's easy for you to say, I don't got no land. Okay, cool. What I started doing was I started practicing growing things out of a pot so I could just start to learn how to, to take care of a plant. It started to teach me I got to stay on top of it with the right type of water. I got to make sure the soil is good. If the plants start dying, usually it's some type of fertilization problem or it's lacking sunlight. You feel me? So I'm starting to learn from being hands-on with the plants. You know what I'm saying? Same with cooking. When I didn't know how to cook, I had to get in the kitchen. I had to mess up some batches, undercook some batches, overcook some, burn some things. You get what I'm saying? But the more we get in here and keep trying, the more it'll start to make sense. It's important, man. If it makes sense what I was just saying about dependency. We have become, in my opinion, I know I have, even to this day, I'm too dependent on the grocery store. Even though I got a couple of little gardens in the house, I still do on the grocery store. I'm not independent of the food system yet, but I have a goal of being that. It's in my mind to be that. And most of my life, I wasn't even thinking about it, is what I'm saying. I didn't even think about it. I wasn't even thinking about it. So if I'm not thinking about it, how am I ever going to get from out of that dependency? And if I never get from out of that dependency, I gotta accept what they give me. Because I don't have no other options. I don't know no other, you get what I'm saying? All right, so now. All right, let me see who in here. What's up? It's going good, man. It's all love, you feel me? What they do, Brownie? Okay, what I'm about to do, I bake the cookies from your cookbook every weekend. Marie, look, and it's crazy because I'm gonna try to bake these cookies on this live. She talking here, our daughter just send the cookies. Look at these chocolate chip cookies. Once I eat this pizza, hopefully I have enough time I could bake these chocolate chip cookies right here on this live. These chocolate chip cookies are so fire, made with the right flour, the right sugar. Instead of butter or margarine, we use coconut oil. Sea salt instead of iodized salt. Huh? And when you make these cookies, these chocolate chip cookies, when you taste them, they fire. Look, Miranda said, yup. That's them. I see you, Quinn. I'm telling you, they good, ain't it? Them things is fire. I love the way they taste. So every time you get a sweet tooth and you are intentional about being aware of the ingredients of the sweets, you'll notice if you're getting on that scale every day, your weight gonna start coming down. So that's the way I like to help lose weight. All right, so now I'm about to assemble it. I like, for example, like I'm gonna put these in the for about 3 more minutes. I noticed on social media, right? This is what I noticed. Look, here go the base of the pizza right here. Oh, get real. I was trying to let this dry off a little bit more. Let me flip this over. I gotta put this on this. Hold on, y'all. So this the pizza crust. Bang. I want to, matter of fact, let me just dry this off good because I want to do this on this cutting board. Hold on. We about to assemble the fish taco pizza. We about to assemble this fish taco pizza. Hold on. Watch this. Watch this, man. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the base layer down. So we got some tartar sauce. That's actually the base layer of this fish taco pizza. All right. I'm not going crazy with the sauce. I'm not going crazy, but I want a thin layer on the... Trust this one. I know it's called a fish taco pizza, but it gotta be, it gotta taste like a fish. It gotta taste like a fish taco, and it be like a pizza. You get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. That's the first. Watch this. That's the first layer. All right. So this is how basically how you want it looking. Just a nice thin layer. All right. Now we coming in the lettuce mixture, which is lettuce cut up real and some cold pressed olive oil, some truffle sea salt, some cut up some little bit of bell peppers and onions and some pickled jalapenos on there. This the base lettuce layer of the fish taco pizza. All right, bomb. All right, now next piece of the puzzle, we got some pico de gallo right here. Remember, it's a fish taco pizza. Watch this. Watch this. We taking this pico. Piece of red pepper just went down the wrong tube. Jeez. Put a little bit of this pico on here. I don't want to go too crazy, but I do want it evenly distributed. All right. You see how it's starting to come together? Oh, my bad. Let me move this way so y'all can see. You see how it's starting to come together now? Okay. Now, we got these roasted onions and bell peppers. We're going to drop these on here. Drop these roasted onions and bell peppers on this pizza just like this. This is the fish taco pizza. It came to me in a vision. I made a post about it. I did it right here on live. And we talking weight loss at the same time, man. This was a weight loss masterclass, giving out tips that you can use right now today to start getting results this week, man. Straight up, man. This is why it's called cooking and things. We cooking, but we ain't just cooking, we thinking. And what we thinking about is make sure that we're using the right ingredients, man. That's what we do on Cooking and Thinking Thursdays. We only want to cook food that fit the principles of my book. Life matters, so let's eat like it. Every time we cook, we thinking like, man, my life really matter, man. I'm going to make sure that this meal reflect the fact that I know my life matter. You get what I'm saying? I'm not just making just any ingredient. That's what we do on Cooking and Thinking Thursdays. All right, so now we got that done. Now watch this. We're almost done assembling this thing. Now look, this is a coconut spread. It's like a garlic. I use this mortar. I mash up garlic, Celtic salt, basil, oregano, fresh herbs from out of the garden, and I mix it with coconut oil. Yeah, you can use this to make bread. put it on. It's just a flavor enhancer for so many things. Barbecue. Watch this. I got this tuna steak that I got here in the air fryer. I go to tuna steak, cut up in cubes. Watch this. This is what's gonna set it off. I take some of this garlic herbal coconut spread made with coconut oil, all natural. And then I'm gonna mix it in here with this. I wanted the to be like cooked to where it's like a little crispy, because I know when I drop this on it, hold on. I know when I drop this on it and mix it all up, it's gonna like moisturize it and it put it right where I want it to be at. So now I'm mixing all of this together. There it is. Hold on. Oh boy. Now watch this. Now I'm about to plate this thing up. I just gotta coat this with that flavor. One last flavoring. The details matter, man. The details matter. Now I'm gonna take some of this lemon juice. Hit it with some of that. Get another mix. If this look fire, man, drop fire emojis. If you can tell that this is gonna be good, drop some fire emojis in the comments, man. So here we go. Now we're gonna start plating this thing up. Now I'm adding fish. Now I'm adding the tuna steaks. One at a time, because I want it to be evenly distributed. I see the fire emojis. Like what they do, man. Miracle Child, what's popping? Oh, yeah, man. Highway, what they do? Black Beauty, I see you. Janitha, what's popping? There it is. Watch this thing come together. We almost ready to go. We almost ready to go. Watch this. So only a couple more. Once I put this on, the next thing I'm gonna do is I like Chipotle Tabasco sauce. I do not like Tabasco sauce, but the Chipotle Tabasco sauce I like. But like regular Tabasco sauce, I don't like the regular Tabasco sauce. But if you ever the Chipotle hot sauce, Tabasco hot sauce, it's fire, man. Especially with these type of dishes. So I'm gonna drop a little bit of that Chipotle Tabasco sauce on here. And then my wife make a green sauce, which is the base of it is avocado. And we actually got the recipe in our family cookbook for that green sauce. This green sauce right here, this green sauce right here is worth the price of our family cookbook. When you make this type of Mexican food, I'm telling you, this green sauce set it off. And remember, this is a fish taco pizza, so that's why it works. Watch how this come together. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. Now watch this. I take this. There you go. I take this Tabasco sauce. Look, this is what I was talking about. The Chipotle Tabasco, though. All right. Now I'm going to drop some of this on here. Like this. I don't want to go too crazy, but I do like a nice amount on there. Okay. And then the last piece of the puzzle, I take the green sauce. Bam. That's that. That's a fish taco pizza right there, y'all. Done and dusted. Let me know in the comments. What you think about that, man? How that thing look? You smash or pass, man? Let me know in the comments. It's done, man. I'm ready to eat. I ain't got today either. I'm gonna cut this thing up. Dang, man, where's the pizza cutter? Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for the pizza cutter. Oh, I see it. Beneath of what they do, man. Elevated, what they do, elevated crowns. I like that. Bang. Cutting this thing up just like a pizza. And that's that, man. That's that. Let me give me a slice of this thing. Whew. Hold on. A little piece fell off. Now when you're making the fish taco pizza, we stick the same as if it got cheese on it. So you gotta kind of eat it accordingly. You know what I'm saying? It tastes like a fish taco. It tastes like a very good fish taco. It's just in the shape pizza. That's basically it, man. That's basically it. That's the best way I can explain it. It tastes like a super good fish taco, man. But like, the crust is kind of, you take it away from the taco vibe, and the way that these bell peppers is on there too, it almost give it like a fajita flavor a little bit too. And it almost tastes like a fish fajita taco. Baby, you want some? Back. She must have hit it. Huh? I don't even know where she just went. Is this in the cookbook? Nah. I literally, this gonna be in the meal plan. We got a lot of new things coming out. We about to launch the Eat What You Love and Way Less Reprogram as a digital product, a digital coaching course. It's a 30-day guarantee that you're gonna lose at least 5 pounds going through this 4-week process. But once you go through the process, all you gotta do is understand, all you gotta do is stay consistent with the principles. And it's just a matter of time for you to lose all the weight you want to lose. But we got that, and we got a meal plan attached to it. And we're building out our weight loss community. We're building out the platform and everything right now. So I'm asked up about that. We've been supposed to launch it, but it's just been one thing after another coming up, kind of like pushing it back. But what are you gonna do? It's coming soon. It's coming soon. Hold on. But my bad, y'all. This is like fire for real. I started working out and need more healthy meals to make. I encourage you to grab a copy of our cookbook to start out. There's 62 recipes in this book that are all fire. We got, because some people think I'm a vegan because I barely ever eat animal flesh. I do eat fish. I've been eating more lately. I was like over the last 3 months. I've been eating fish probably like 3 to 4 days a week, as opposed to it used to be like 1 or less. So my fish intake has been kind of going up. I've been traveling a lot, and I really like fish. But the point I'm trying to make is, if I want to eat fish, I eat it. If I want to eat beef, I eat it. But I probably eat beef barely ever, a couple times a year, because it sit too heavy on my stomach. I just stopped eating chicken. I haven't even spoken on why publicly yet, and I have something telling me don't speak on it yet. But I lost 80 pounds. Still eating beef, chicken, ribs, steak. I was eating, fish, crabs, conch. I was eating all that, and I lost 80 pounds. So I like to keep it real about that. But I do see why I don't consider myself a vegan, and one day I will all animal flesh. I really believe that in my spirit. I believe I'm going where I don't eat fish anymore. I don't eat any animals. Like, I just eat mostly fruits, vegetables. It might take me a while to get there, but I believe I'll get there. But So when it comes to veganism, right? Why I don't consider myself a vegan, and even when I do stop eating the animal flesh, I won't consider myself a vegan because it's not in the definition of veganism that I can't eat chemicals and heavily processed food. Like for example, there's a lot of bread that's made with enriched grains that are vegan. Or even if you get like an Impossible Burger, it's full of chemicals. And so, and not all vegans eat like that. There's a lot of vegans that are like vegans and they only eat natural options. But because of that, I don't associate with being a vegan. I actually started a new category. I consider myself a naturalite, and we're going through the trademark process and all right now. But a naturalite is somebody who chooses to be aware of the ingredients, chooses to be, first thing a naturalite does is choose to be aware of the ingredients as a lifestyle. I don't want to consume something without knowing what is it, what is in it. Does that make sense? Pop a yes in the chat if that makes sense. Sherry Brown, I just seen the order come through. Sherry is love. And I break down a naturalite is some of the principles of my book, Life Matters, so let's eat like it. We're doing a 50% last sale during this live. If anybody want to grab a copy, I break down how I lost 100 pounds, still eating the foods that I love to eat. Still eating pasta, bread, cookies, cake. We've helped thousands of people lose weight with this information. It's not that hard. Truly, it's not. That's why the book thin. That's why, in my opinion, the book is so valuable. It's very simple to understand. Once you get it, you got it. You just got to start choosing better versions of the foods that you like. But a natural like Nisa, I think I seen when the order come through, Nessa is love. But a natural life focuses on basically choosing natural food options. And we also abide by the dietary laws of the Bible. I didn't even know there was dietary laws in the Bible. I didn't find that out until 2020. Because I made a choice to read the whole Bible in 2020. And I read it from the angle of, let me apply the things that make logical sense that I can apply to my character in my day in and day out life. And let me see if my life get better, because life has been humbling me throughout my whole life. You feel me? I was almost 4 years old. I was far from where I wanted to be. And then the pandemic hit. And long story short, I chose to read the whole Bible from a different angle. And it changed my life. Deshauna Mills, I just seen the order come through as love. I actually mentioned it in my, and I'm not going to go all into it, but and that follows those laws. You know what I mean? For example, like one of the laws in the Bible is if it's an animal that live in the water, if we eat it must have scales and fins. So, like crabs and conch and all the things that I used to love, lobster and shrimp and catfish and all them things don't got scales and fins, and they live in the water. So I stopped eating anything that, if it come out of the water, it has to have scales and fins. And so what happened when I started following those laws, my blessings went up, man. Another thing I'm noticing different, like I became sharper mentally. Like I just, if you knew before 2020 compared to me now, it'll trip you out. Especially if you knew me back in 2014. If you knew me back then, and then you were to just like fast forward to now and meet me now, I'm so much different. It's a trip. But I intentionally changed. You know what I mean? I literally changed my name. I named myself Jabez El Israel. I gave myself that name. That's my name. Look at this. They keep hitting me with this violation on TikTok, man. Submit feedback. My live does not contain content Mentioned in the notice. All right. Let me see. Ain't that mean you coming up? Yeah, it be like that though, a little bit. But the good thing is, it's way more love than hate. Way more. It's just a little bit of hate and a whole lot of love. All right. I got about an hour till it get dark. I'm getting out this live when it get dark. Let me ask you all a question. You want some of this pizza back? I'm not gonna be able to eat all this. I'm probably gonna have one more piece, and I think I got enough time to make some chocolate chip cookies from scratch. If y'all like to see how to make our family's chocolate chip cookie, drop a 4 in the chat. Cause I can make these chocolate cookies, and I'm gonna break down how I lost 100 pounds still eating sweets. Every time I had a sweet tooth, I ate sweets. I just had to eat the better version. Rosa, I see you. Okay. Okay, Rosa. Michelle, what's good? Okay. All right. Lee, what's poppin'? Robin. Bree. Cool. I'm about to get this thing going. All right, so here we go. I'm going to put this to the side. And I'll start cookies. Huh?
I think I just warming up the salmon for putting a pot of rice on.
There's another piece of tuna that I ain't cooked too. I'm gonna grab a pot so I can go ahead and whip these cookies up real quick. I know I made a mess. It's crazy.
Girl, like I can't put nothing on it now.
I ain't got. Yeah, it's like the whole kitchen dirty right now for real. Hold on. Because I'm trying to, at the same time, I'm trying to talk, and then I'm trying to keep it going, you know what I mean? I'm trying to keep this whole thing going. Like I say, the good news, and here's the thing, I don't want to be one of them people that's like, don't eat sugar, don't eat pasta, you need to get off the gluten. You got gluten-free. Don't eat Snickers, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat, and then like it ain't no advice after that. It's just a whole bunch of don't do this, don't do that. Have you ever noticed that online? Drop a 4 if you ever noticed that pattern, like where it seemed like it's just a whole bunch of don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. Drop a 4 if you ever noticed that, and then you be waiting for the advice, and it just don't be no advice after that. You ever noticed that? Okay. Dean know what I'm talking about. Lee know what I'm talking about. Trisha, what they do, man? Yeah, man. Bothers me for real. So, And then another thing, like, then people be like, oh, don't eat animal flesh. Don't eat nothing cooked. You gotta stop eating cooked food. And all this advice, most of the time, here's the thing. Most of the time, advice. But for me, when I heard that type of advice, especially when in like this period of my life and all the 31 years leading up to my life, I wasn't trying to hear none of that. For one, I felt like we needed to eat meat as part of a balanced diet for protein. Sabbath Edwards, I just seen the order come love. I felt like we needed meat for one. For two, I loved food and I didn't want to, it was hard for me to stop. People was telling me I need to stop with the pasta and the bread and all that. I love pasta, I love bread, I love rice. So when I learned that it was more so the processes of these foods, the processes they were getting put through, the processed food, when I learned how to identify it and when I learned how to find options that wasn't put through these processes, and I made the switch. One, I noticed I liked the way it tastes better. Two, I noticed my weight came down. So going through that process is why I wrote my book and why I'm heavily on my spirit to help other people lose weight because.
Should have kept it how I had it.
Yeah, man, he came and didn't even do what he was gonna do.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be coming back, ain't he? He might not even need it. He might need to have another one come. Stay on top of him. But yeah. So anyway, so let me go ahead and get this thing going. What I'm about to do now is to go ahead and get these cookies going because I got about less than an hour and I want to get this done before the sun go down. Once the sun go down, I gotta get off this live. So let's get this thing going. So here go the flour. We went over the flour earlier on this live, but let me ask y'all a question for the people that wasn't on this live the whole time. I'm about to get off and get right back on TikTok. If you're unfamiliar with, because it's always new to somebody new, and I want to help somebody else on this live. If you're unfamiliar with the relationship between enriched grains and weight gain, drop a 4 in the chat. If you're unfamiliar with the relationship between enriched grains and weight gain, drop a 4 in the chat. So I can see who I can help. Because if everybody's okay, Fred, okay, a couple people. Yeah, if you're unfamiliar with it, let me know and I can put you up on game. It'll help you lose weight. Michelle Menton, I just seen the order come through. Michelle is love. When I learned about the difference between enriched grains and grains that wasn't put through the enrichment process, it helped me lose at least 20 pounds. Enriched grains. I was still eating bread, pasta, cookies, cakes, all that. I just had to identify the grains that wasn't put through the enrichment process. Okay, so the enrichment process is a process where they remove the germ from the grain. It's a chemical process. And here's an example of enriched flour. They remove the germ from the flour because, where did I put the flour? They remove the germ from the flour because it spills. All right, so they came up with the enrichment process to remove the germ, but the germ has natural nutrients inside of it. So that's the soft part of the grain. They remove that and they add synthetic nutrients to replace the natural nutrient that was lost during the chemical enrichment process. So one of the side effects of enriched grains is weight gains because our bodies don't break down the synthetic nutrients the same way as it breaks down the natural nutrients that was inside that germ. All right, so when you look right here, you'll see it say enriched. So in the flour section, you want to look for enriched anywhere on the pack, but more important, you want to read the ingredient. And you'll notice when it's enriched, just say right here, bleached wheat flour, but then here go the synthetic ingredients. Just say niacin, iron, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic enzymes. So these are the synthetic ingredients added to the grain that has been put through the enrichment process. Any grain that's been enriched, they keep hitting me with this restriction, dog. TikTok it. Wow, I wonder who's doing it, man. Hold on, y'all, because TikTok keep hitting me with this restriction. Hold on. See what I'm saying? It's a reason, commercial disclosure and paid marketing. Cap. What does that even mean, though? Commercial disclosure and paid marketing? But it's not like I'm getting, I guess not, but we got to look into that. So what they saying, you can't sell nothing on the live? Is that what that means?
Maybe if you're not through TikTok shop, maybe they got it like that now. I don't know. They always changing their restrictions like that.
I wonder if that's what that means.
They're probably trying to make people go through now.
That might be what it is, dog. Hold on a minute, y'all. It's not like I'm getting paid to market nobody's stuff, like, but I am marketing my stuff, so I don't know if that's what it means. I'll look into that TikTok. I didn't know if that is a rule. I didn't know.
Did you wash this off?
Yeah, I washed that off. All right, so let me where was I though? Okay, so this is the enriched grains. Let me get back to it. This is the enriched grain. That's an example. And here go an example of, so this is an example of enriched flour. Wheat can be enriched, rice can be enriched, and corn can be enriched. It'll always be the same synthetic nutrients that's added. It's the synthetic niacin, reduced iron, thiamine, mononitrate, folic acid, riboflavin. Those are always the ingredients that are added to the enrichment processed grains, right? So what you want to look for is a flour. That's all that's in the ingredient is just the grain being used. That's all it should be. Just wheat. You grind it up into a flour, put it in the bag. That's what it should be. So you notice right here, it just say whole. It say wheat flour, and then it says wheat. See the difference compared to bleached wheat flour, niacin, iron, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid, enzymes. Notice the difference. This got one ingredient compared to this got like 7. And these are synthetic and it's been put through a chemical process as opposed to this was just picked, dried out, grinded, and put in the bag. So this, when I made the switch from this flour to this flour, I was still eating the flour and the weight was coming down. If that makes sense, if that makes sense what I just said, drop a 4 in the chat. I'm about to get off this live thought because something telling me to get off. It's crazy. It was almost at 1,000 people too. Okay. All right, I see y'all. Victoria, what they do? I'm telling you. So now, here's the thing. Again, that change helped me to lose at least 20 pounds. So if you got to go to lose weight, okay, let me ask y'all this. If you got to go to lose weight, if you have a goal to lose weight, if you would like to lose some weight, put I do in chat. Let me see some. Drop an I do in chat if you got to go to lose weight. Okay, Hope, what they do? Tia, what's popping? Okay, friendly, yeah. All right. Michael, what they do? Dylan, what they do? Joy, what's good? Okay, Robin, La Familia, what's up? All right, good. Alita Churchill, I just ordered come through. Alita is love. Rosa, what's good? Okay, so everybody that just said I do, right? Showed you about the enriched grains. All you got to do this week is take inventory of what you have available. When it comes to flour, flour make a lot of things. Flour make cookies. Flour make bread, pasta. Flour make pizza crust, hot pockets, Pop-Tarts, noodles, all type of things, cereal. So start reading the ingredients and options that were made with flour that wasn't put through the enrichment process. In other words, you want options that don't have the niacin, reduced iron, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, and folic acid. If you're going to agree to do that for yourself, say I am in the chat. Drop an I in the chat if you're going to start reading the ingredients from now on. If you're going to be aware and you're going to be identify, is it made with enriched grains or is it made with a grain that wasn't put through the enrichment process? Drop an I in if you're going to start doing that from now on. Miss Chan, okay. All right, so now, okay, I see y'all. Sean, what's good? All right, good. Robin, good. Zine, I've been good. Keep it up, Zine. That's live touch. I am nice. All right, so now look. The only way to know if I'm keeping it real with you is to put it to the test and get on that scale every day and see if your weight changes. Watch what I tell you. If you stay consistent with that, your weight gonna start coming down. I'm looking for the cup. Oh, okay.
You talking about the...
Yeah, there you go. Watch.
Here.
Your weight gonna start coming down. Watch what I tell you. It's gonna trip you out. So now I'm about to make these. All right, so now look. Here go the chocolate chip cookie recipe. You're going to see it happen right here on this live. People saying, oh, you got to eat sweets to lose weight. I don't believe that. It's just we've been eating too many processed sweets. That's really what the issue is. All right, so here go the recipe right here. If anybody want to take a screenshot, feel free. Here go the cookie recipe right here. This out our cookbook. This recipe right here make the cookbook worth it. I'm the recipe on the house right now. If you want the recipe, take a screenshot. Screen this recipe. I'm telling you, this chocolate chip cookie recipe is fire. And I like these chocolate chip cookies more than any other chocolate chip cookie. So I'm gonna right here on this live. First thing I'm gonna put here is uh 2 3/4 cup of the natural non-enriched flour. All right, so 2 3/4 cup.
Hey, how long is supposed to this one in the air fryer?
Put it in there for 15. Just hit start and then let it go. 2 cups. And I'm gonna eyeball 3/4 of a cup. Bingo. All right. Now, also, it's a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I'm gonna eyeball a 1/2 cup. I done made these cookies a lot of times. This is actually out of Jacinda's recipe. It's her recipe, man. She done fine-tuned this thing over the years. So I'm gonna use a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Drop it in here. First, I mix all the dry ingredients together. And then I'm gonna use 1/4 cup of raw cane sugar. Let me get this. Now, here go the other thing. When it comes to sugar, it was the granulated white sugar. If you got to go to lose weight, you want to get off that white granulated sugar. By definition, it's a sweet chemical drug. So I made the switch from granulated white sugar to the raw cane sugar. That makes sense what I just said about that switch. Drop a yes in the chat. This is a weight loss masterclass on this live, y'all. I'm telling you. If you apply what I'm talking about, you'll see you're gonna start losing weight. Drop a yes in the chat if that made sense to you about switching from the granulated white sugar to the raw. It looked like this. You can find this in Walmart, Publix, all the different grocery stores got it. It's in the sugar section. Raw cane sugar. What you'll notice, okay, I see y'all. Okay, Lucky, what they do, man. What you'll notice is it tastes even. And when you start making these switches, I encourage you to pay attention to how you feel too, compared to what you was eating before. Because what I noticed is I like the way it tastes better, and then it don't sit so heavy on my stomach. I noticed that immediately when I started paying attention. I'm like, yeah, man, this feel way better. Like I don't feel so bloated and but the weight started coming down. So I'm like, man, I've been doing this. When I first got on this journey and I started making these switches one at a time and I started seeing the results, I'm like, man, it started to really upset me, like how much trash they selling, really. But what are you gonna do? That's why we gotta be aware, man. All right, so we got that going. Now I need a teaspoon of baking soda. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'll put that up. Give me a second. A teaspoon. I'm gonna do a teaspoon of baking soda. All right. All right, bang. And then what else? We gotta do a 1/4 teaspoon of cracked sea salt. So I'm just gonna eyeball this. Cracked sea salt in here. Bam. So then also we're gonna do 1 large brown egg. Recently I stopped eating chicken, right? But I ain't all the way stopped yet, because when it comes to this recipe and like baked recipes that cost, I still eat them. But I gotta find a substitute for these eggs. That's gonna be something I do soon here. Cause I'm a work in progress, man. I'm constantly making changes and experimenting. That's another thing. Like the way I eat now, I'm not gonna always be eating like this. Like I feel like if I stay on the same, if I just keep doing the same things over and over again, eventually my life is gonna just like become real super redundant and boring, and I'm not gonna grow and become. So the version of me now, like a year from now, I'm gonna be way different. Like I'm just gonna keep changing. You know what I mean? All right, so I'm gonna drop this egg in here, and that's another thing. Like I'm not real strict on myself like that. Like I'm really not. I'm real strict on paying attention and reading the ingredients, but Like if I want steak, I'll eat it. You know what I'm saying? If I want this egg, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? But what I am strict about is making sure that I'm choosing natural options. I want them to be the natural options, or as close to natural as possible. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense, bro. It's lagging. Oh, it's starting to lag too. Nice chain. Appreciate that. Yeah, this actually a venturine. All right, let me hurry up and get this done though, y'all. All right, so now I'm gonna do the next thing I'm gonna put in here instead of margarine or butter. I'm using coconut oil. So watch this. That's one of the things that helped me lose weight when I got off the margarine. Like we used to get the country crock and use that for sauteing and baking, and I went from the country crock to the regular natural butter, and I lost weight making that switch. And then down the line years later, I stopped eating dairy, and I went from the butter to the coconut oil. Hold on, y'all. And I lost more weight making that switch too. Yep, yeah, but I'm getting the whole cup out of it. It didn't look like it was a whole cup, but I ain't gonna be digging down in there. So everything that I was using butter for, when I switched it out for coconut oil. So like my toast, baking, sauteing, and what set it off is with the coconut, just add a little bit of cracked sea salt to the coconut oil and it set it off. Like if you use it as butter substitute on your toast, watch. Use a little coconut oil, but make sure you use the cold press, unrefined, the natural coconut oil. A little bit of cracked sea salt, man, it tastes better than butter to me, for real. And when I made that switch, I noticed I like the way it sit on my stomach better, and I lost some weight when I made that switch. All right. So I'm getting a cup of this. I'm getting 1 cup of this, but then I gotta stir it up. So I gotta mix it up. So I'll mix it up in this bowl, but before that, I gotta measure out a cup. So the thing about this coconut oil, right? When you get it, it's like, it's kind of hard. And if I'm riding with the cookies, when it's hard like this, it ain't gonna mix right. So with this recipe, it's real important to kind of whip up this coconut oil to soften it up before you mix everything together. And that's gonna make sure that the consistency of cookies be where you want it at. You know what I mean? That's important. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just kind of whip this up. I just stir it up. And the more you stir it, you'll start to notice it soften up. And that's what we're looking for. We want this to be like soft. And so you just gotta take a little extra time and whip this thing up. If you don't do this one little step when you make these cookies, they might come out crumbly. It ain't gonna be the right consistency, you know what I'm saying? It'll be some chunks that got like too much coconut oil in it, and other chunks don't got enough. So you gotta whip it up like this. You want it looking like this, if you can see that. That's about where you want it. All right, now I'm dropping this. And what else I need in here? So I'm gonna drop this. In the batter. Get all of it out of there. I just come together, man. What time is it? 6 o'clock. I got 50 minutes, y'all. Not even, about 40 minutes. I gotta hurry up. Let me cut the, oh, you already did that, okay? Oh, for real? Nice. All right, so then vanilla extract. They call for 2 teaspoons pure vanilla extract, and that's about all that's left of this. So I'm just gonna drop the rest of what we got left in there. And then, last but not least, I'm gonna stir this up, and then I gotta add the chocolate chip and the walnuts. So let me stir this up real quick. Let me take my jewelry off, because gonna get messy. Now with these chocolate chip cookies too, right? It's important that when you mix it up with a spoon, then you go in there, you gotta mix it up by hand. Cause like if you use the blender, because of the way the coconut oil is, it ain't gonna stick right a lot of times. So first I mix it up with a spoon, and then I go in there and I mix it up by hand. Feel me? Watch this. So I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna mix this up. I got the brown sugar, I got the, I'm trying to make sure I ain't leaving no sea salt, flour, the egg, put the vanilla in there, the coconut oil. Yep, I got everything in here. So I do a quick mix with a spoon just to get the process started. Cause if I just go straight in there with my hands, it'd be too it stick to my hands too much. The batter be all in between my fingers too much. I don't like it. So I start the process like this. Then I go in there and I finish it with my hands. Once it starts to look about like this, it'll be kind of crumbled up. I'm about to go in there with my hands. Now, also what I'm about to do is drop these chocolate chips and walnuts. So I got these walnuts right here. I got some chopped walnuts I'm dropping. And I got these chocolate chips. It called for 1 cup. So yeah. I'm trying to get it done, but I'm rushing against the clock. I get it though, I feel you. I'm just gonna eyeball a cup. Alright. So now I'm gonna go in there with my hands and just go ahead and mix this thing up. So I go in here and I just start kind of like eating it, almost like bread. Cause like I say, every time I did this recipe with the blender, it ain't come out right. It's gotta use your hand pressure to get it right, in my opinion. Really, Jacinda the one figured that out. Like, and she was making this recipe the first few times she made it, she ain't like it, and she kept fine-tuning it to get it where it's at. And she was like, that's the key, man. It was the whipping up the coconut oil. You're in there with your hands and like mixing everything in there, going like this, and just getting everything mixed in right with the dough. And to get it right where you want it. So this is a chocolate chip cookie recipe. If I had snack, like, as a sweet, like, my favorite sweets is chocolate chip cookies. Straight up. If I had to just pick one and get rid of all the rest of them, I would go with chocolate chip cookies with walnuts. If I had to pick one, I'd pick chocolate chip cookies over Snickers type chocolate candy, like cakes. I'm going with cookies, man. I just really like chocolate chip cookies, man. Put a me in the comments if your favorite snack is a cookie, is a chocolate chip cookie. Drop a me in the chat. Look at the batter. There it is. Okay. Miracle Child, what they do? Connect. What they do? Connect. Z-Bug, what they do, man? PCC, I see. All right, so now here we go. Now I'm about to get these things in the oven. We got about 30 more minutes on this live, and I gotta jump off. So what I do is I just mash everything. I put pressure on everything, and I mash everything together. So there it is. There go the chocolate chip cookie dough right there with all of this. You feel me? This is Cooking and Thinking Thursdays, man. We did fish taco pizza earlier. We did a whole weight loss masterclass.
Can you pass me the coconut oil?
Yeah. Oh, this right? Yeah. Everything that we cook on Cooking and Thinking Thursdays fit the principles of my book, Life Matters, so let's eat like it. We think about the ingredients while we're cooking, and we're talking about weight loss, man. That's what Cooking and Thinking Thursdays is all about. Straight up. Because I'm a visual learner. I learn better by seeing things in like real time. So that's why I decided to Cooking and Thinking Thursdays like 2 years ago. To just show in real time stuff that I cook. You know what I mean? I just go live and try to do this every Thursday. It don't always happen, but that's what it's about, man. Like I say, my name is Jabez El Israel. I got a goal to help over 1 million people get down to their natural size and stay there for life. Now, what I just did, I took this napkin and I put a little coconut oil on it, and I spread it on the bottom of this pan. Just make a little bit of a non-stick situation going on. And now I'm gonna take this cookie dough and I'm gonna right on the pan. And then you throw it in the oven at 350. I like for them to be kind of like browned at the bottom. So I put them in there for about 15 minutes usually. But if you like them more like not so brown on the bottom, then 10. You want to just keep an eye on them. Anywhere between about 11 to 15 minutes is right where I like them. You know what I mean? So I'm about to get these ready, and then what I want to do is a Q&A. If anybody got any questions, especially about weight loss, we'll chop it up for a little bit while these cookies is baking. You know what I mean? And that'll be pretty much it, man. We coming towards the end of this Cooking and Thinking Thursday episode. I will be keeping this live posted on my YouTube channel. If you want to go back and look at the live, you go to the live section of my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to pull it up, and then you can fast forward through it to the parts you want to see and all that. Just in case you want to do that. Oh, shout out Ancient Wisdom out of Broward. One time for Broward, man. I remember when I moved to Miami, right? It was the year 2000. I moved to Miami in 2000, right? So I moved into Coconut Grove. And so stupid, man. Like, when I think back on it, it was so stupid. But like, back then, because I was in high school, you'd be young-minded and just pretty young. It used to be a thing people from Miami were saying, because I wasn't from Miami, so I was like learning as I was down here. I had family down here and all that. It was on some, what they used to say about people from Broward, say cowards from Broward. Cowards from Broward, man. The cowards is in Broward. For no reason. Like, how you just go say a whole county is full of cowards, which it ain't even. It was a lot of fights that happened behind that saying in Miami. Miami used to try Broward County for real. And Broward tired of it over time. Broward got tired of it. Like, if you really know the history of Miami, Florida, Broward got tired of it, and they just like turned it into monsters, like. And they started making examples out of people. And it started getting bad. For real, man. That's a true story. And when I think back on it, I'm like, man, that was so stupid. Like, and then I got people in Broward too, like cowards. Like, you feel me? That used to trip me out how people used to do that. Used to be trying people just for no reason.
I'm about to go to Sprouts.
Cool. Cool. Let's see. What's your YouTube channel? It's the same on all my pages. Is the same. Jabez Invest. So on YouTube it's Jabez_Invest. The only other page that I got is different is my backup TikTok. Jabez_L_invest. But everywhere else is Jabez Invest. Any other page you see that don't got that name is not me. And on Facebook, it's getting out of hand. There's so many people that's cloning my page and pretending they me and trying to give people financial advice. It's a shame because Facebook, more than like for example, like on YouTube, or excuse me, on Instagram, like two people can't have the same exact name. But on Facebook, because it's built like for like people to find their friends and all that, a lot of people got the same name. Like it's a lot of different John Smiths, stuff like that. So people on Facebook can just Jabez Invest and then go to my page and clone and just clone it.
They remember this is broke before you pull on the handle.
Bet.
But I'm opening it.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm about to drop these in there. I'm about to drop these cookies in the oven. I can't believe he just did this, dog. This, what the heck? Look at it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So many components that I couldn't put it back. That's why I super glued everything. But he
And it works.
broke it. Ooh.
Bam. And there it is. So we got the cookies in the oven. Now, let's do a Q&A, man. So, how about this? How about we do this? My battery's about to die too. If the live closed, it's because my battery died. My battery running low, y'all. Let's do this. Anybody that gotta go to lose weight, because I want to give people advice that I know that they could use right now. You could ask anything that you got, but also you could drop in the comments what food advice on hanging skin after weight loss. Okay, so when it comes to that, I didn't go through that. So when this was me, right, Jeanette, I was 100 pounds overweight. This was 2014. The first thing I chose to do was stop eating fast food. I stopped eating fast food. I lost probably about 20 pounds. I didn't make any other changes because I believed at that period of my life that fast food was the whole reason why I was overweight. So I stopped eating fast food. I stayed committed. I lost like 20 pounds. And then I stopped losing weight. And then like 6 months went by, I didn't lose another pound. And then I learned about enriched foods. And then I stopped eating enriched grains. And I switched over to the natural grains. And I lost like another 20 pounds, right? And then I stopped losing weight, and some time passed, and then I learned about the next thing. And then I started making one change at a time so it got into my mind. I wanted to know what I was eating that had weight on me. And if I made a switch, I wanted to see how much weight I would lose from just making a switch. And I would know that it was because of that thing that had the weight on me. I hope that made sense. I was making one change at a time so I could gauge what was the problem. So, like for example, I stopped eating granulated sugar and I went to raw organic sugar. And I didn't change nothing else. I kept eating everything else that I was eating. I kept the same. And I lost some weight. And then I would stop losing weight. And then I would know, and then okay, the granulated sugar had like 7-8 pounds on me. Does that make sense? So the point I'm trying to make is it took me probably 3 years to lose 80 pounds. And so I didn't have hanging skin, so I didn't have to deal with that. And I don't have like advice that I could give you from experience. You know what I mean? I wish I could, but I don't. And I don't like to give advice based on like, that's another thing, like social media, what I've noticed, a lot of times people give it be regurgitated advice. A lot of people out here giving advice like they know what they talking about because they heard someone else talking about it, but they didn't actually do it. Like I've heard things that might help, but I don't know, and so I don't like to put my word on something that I haven't actually done. If that makes sense. It's all good, Jeanette. I'm glad you understand, man. But I would suggest that I don't know if you know about Yaki, Jeanette. Yaki, you spell his name Yahki. Have you ever heard of him? Let me know in the comments. Yes or no. Have you ever heard of Yaki? Let me know, Jeanette, because if you haven't, I'm gonna put you up on him. He know a lot about a lot. And I would suggest studying. Okay, so yeah, you might be able to find the answer from him. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to get that if you go through his videos. You know, he's helped a lot of people with a lot of things. Let me see. Someone mentioned me about an hour ago acting like you wants me to invest. It wasn't me. One thing about it, I don't do that. I don't approach people trying to sell them things. You know, I'm real intentional with the way that I market to attract people that are interested, and I just give out a lot of information, and that's how that goes. I don't reach out to people in the inbox. If anybody does that, it's not me. Straight up. You might as well block their page. All right, but anyway, drop in comments what you feel like is the hardest food. What food do you think is making it hard for you to lose weight? Drop it in the comments. And I can give you, and I can help you to see what to switch it out for, where you'll still be able to eat the same thing. Drop it in the comments. I forgot to set the timer, y'all. I'm glad I just did that. Okay, cheese, rice, alcohol, pizza, cheese, chips, fries, bread, pasta, pizza. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do the pizza and the pasta and the bread all fit in the same category first. And then I'm going to do the chips. I'm seeing that some people put the potato chips. All right. So first, let's talk about the pizza, which you got cheese on pizza. I seen people putting cheese on pizza. Then you got the dough. And same with pasta is dough. All of those 9 out of 10 times is made from wheat. And that's why I talk about enriched grains all the time. So when it comes to bread, when it comes to pasta, when it comes to pizza, the wheat is the biggest issue in making it hard for people to lose weight. But it's not just the wheat, it's the enriched wheat. That's the problem. So most pizza, and with these, the cheese wasn't really the biggest issue for me. When I did stop eating cheese, I did lose some weight, but I lost way more weight when I got off the enriched grains and went to the natural grain. So wheat is a grain, and wheat can be put through the enrichment process. And that's the process where they remove the germ from the grain and they add synthetic nutrients to replace the natural nutrients that was inside that germ. It's a chemical process. And the synthetic nutrients that they add, our bodies don't break it down the same, and it leads to weight gain. One of the side effects is weight gain. And so what I learned is to get pizza made with crust that was made with flour that wasn't put through that enrichment process. So that's why I'm always saying read the same with pasta. So I'll show you an example of pasta, but it's the same all the way around. It's the same principle for the crust of pizza, for rice, because I seen someone put rice too. Rice can be enriched. Pasta, bread, it's all the same. You'll notice right here, it's saying the ingredients. This is the type of pasta, right, that you'll notice. It say right here, semolina wheat. Then you'll see the synthetic ingredients: niacin, ferrous sulfate, iron, thiamine mononitrate, ribofolic acid. You see all of those. This is a synthetic ingredients that's added to the enrichment process. Now you see right here, it say enriched spaghetti. That's showing you that it was put through the enrichment process, right? So what I did, I made the switch from this type of spaghetti to this type of spaghetti right here. And it doesn't matter the brand. All that matters is the ingredients, all right? So when you look right here at the ingredients, you see organic durum wheat semolina, contains wheat. That's it. See it right there? Compared to wheat semolina, niacin, ferrous sulfate, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid. So when I made the switch from this type of pasta to this type of pasta, the weight's coming down. Same with the pizza. When I looked at the ingredients, I got the pizza that didn't have the thiamine, riboflavin, folic acid. It just said wheat or wheat semolina, the wheat plant. I made the switch to that type of pizza crust. Same with the bread. I made the switch from the bread. For example, like this. I showed this. This bread right here is an enriched bread. You see right here in the ingredients, unbleached enriched flour. Then you see it right here. Niacin, reduced thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acids. And look at the expiration date on this bread. I got this bread back in July. This bread over 4 months old. And look, it ain't no mold. This bread is 4 months old and it ain't got no mold on it. So Y'all remember back in the days, I talked about this in the beginning of this live. Y'all remember back in the days when you would get a loaf of bread, it would get mold on it, like within a week or two? Let me know if I'm right or wrong in the chat. Even white bread back in the days, like even Nature's Own, like back in the days, you couldn't have bread for more than weeks sitting in the pantry and it didn't have mold on it. This bread is over 4 months old. Dollars know what I'm talking about. What they do. Anderson, what's good? Rosa, that's what I'm saying. So people feel like, oh, the bread is, I got to stop eating bread. I got to stop eating gluten. But what I noticed from my journey and the results when I got off the enriched processed flour and went to just the flour that was just wheat that was grinded down into a flour, and I ate that, I lost weight and I felt better. My stomach so bloated. That's why a lot of times when people, they go overseas, they go to France and all of that, they eating baguettes all day and they feel straight. They might go over there, they might go to Italy, they eating pasta and bread and they losing weight. Come back and they lost weight. And like, what the heck going on? I'm eating pasta. I can't eat like this over here days. They using the real ingredients. So let me give you an example with the bread, right?
Can I have a piece of that fish taco pizza?
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Mom
wants it.
Oh, she on the phone right now?
Is she? Oh, yeah.
What's up? Hold on 1 second, yeah.
Got on live and just text me to ask, are you off yet?
Yeah, I'm about to get off in like 5 minutes. Can you just text him I'm getting off in 5 minutes? All right, bet. There you go. So this is an example of the bread, what I was trying to say, right, with the bread. This is an example right here. When you look at the ingredients right here, right? And I got this bread from Publix. But like I say, the brands don't matter. All that matters is the ingredients, man. When you look at the ingredients right here, it say enriched, oh no, y'all. I can make this up. Now, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about, right? I had my wife get this bread from the store. I make this up. Watch this. I was getting this bread because this is made with natural flour. Watch this now. And dang, hold on.
What?
Now it's made with enriched flour. They done changed the ingredients.
Mom.
Hold on. Damn, crushed the top of it. I'm trying to do too much right now. Look at the cookies. Woo!
I wonder if it tastes the same.
I gotta cut this off. I done spilled. Hold on, y'all, because I accidentally, when I was taking the cookies, accidentally hit the top of the stove on the and look at the, like this cookie right here done got crumbled up, and those those cookies went down into the stove. Hold on, y'all, because I'm about to have to get off this live too. It's just too much going on. And on top of this, I ain't even gonna get into that. I'm getting sidetracked. The point I'm trying to make before I get off this live, right? This was made with flour that wasn't enriched. This type of bread right here. Now, it show you right here in the ingredients, it's enriched wheat flour. Then it say wheat flour. So it also uses regular wheat flour, but it also uses enriched flour. And then it says niacin, reduced iron, thiamine, nitrate, riboflavin. And guess what? Here go Mr. Reading. I done ate like 4 or 5 pieces of this bread already. I did not read the ingredients of this pack. Because I asked my wife to get it. She brought it from the store and I didn't read it. And this is what I'm saying, right? And I've seen this happen at least 20 times with different products in the last 10 years. For example, like Simply, drop a 4 in it if you ever heard of Simply almond milk. This is the last point I'm going to make, and I got to get off this live. Drop a 4 in the chat if you ever heard of Simply almond milk. Or the Simply brand. Drop a 4 in the chat if you ever heard of that. Rosa know what I'm talking about. Okay, Larky know what I'm talking about. So when I first started to get off the dairy milk, I went to the plant-based milk, right? And I started to notice a lot of plant-based milks got a lot of chemicals, right? Okay, bomb. Then what I did was I started to find the plant-based milks that just had the plant and that was mixed with that water. So for example, almond milk should just have almonds, and it might have like cane sugar, vanilla, and purified water. Or the just regular almond milk would just have almonds and water, right? And that's the natural almond milk. Okay, bomb. So Simply, that was the ingredients, right? And then one day I went and I got Simply and I was drinking it and I was like, it tastes like thick, like it tastes like it was sticking to my mouth different. Like I'm like this tastes different. I'm like, babe, you taste the milk? She like, I'm like, you feel what I'm talking about? She like, it do taste a little different. I looked at the ingredient and they had about 4 different chemicals in there. Well, they had sold the company to another company. I'm not going to say the name because anytime I say that name, I made a mistake already once. But the point I'm trying to make is they bought the company and they changed the ingredients and the packaging the same. So now here's an example of what I'm talking about right here. I'm telling you, I just got this bread probably a couple months ago and it was made with natural flour. Now they done added enriched flour to this bread. That's why I'm saying, always read the ingredients. You want to buy a bread that just says wheat flour. It just shows the grain without the niacin, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid. If it makes sense what I just drop a 4 in the chat. This is important. That's why I'm always saying, read the ingredients. Now I gotta show my wife this. I'm gonna show her when she get home. It's gonna blow her mind. At least 20 times in the last 10 years, I've seen the same exact scenario. That people be like, oh, what brand is that? That's why people be like, I see them in the comments. Why you switch the around so fast? Why you switch the product around? Let me see what brand it was. Why you switch it around so fast? Because I'm trying to show the ingredients. That's all that matters. I don't care about the front of the pack. All I want to know is what is in it. This is all I care about right here. This little part right here. I don't care nothing about this. I already know they doing this to make me want to buy it. I don't care nothing about that. All I want to know is what is in it. If you're gonna read the ingredients from now on, drop IM in the chat. Drop IM in the chat, man. Ah man, my brothers and sisters, it's been live. Hold on, let me see. Here go a cookie, right? Hold on. Here go a cookie right here. Woo! Here go a chocolate chip cookie. Ooh. I see y'all, man. I will. I see y'all. Valerie, what they do, man. Rosa, what's good? Good. My brothers and sisters, it's all up. Bezel Israel. I lost 100 pounds still eating the foods that I love to eat. If you got to go to lose weight, I'm going to finish the live like this. I highly recommend caring more about your body than you care about the convenience of unhealthy food options. It's more convenient to go to the grocery store and just buy whatever is on sale and buy the options that you're used to. That's why they call it a convenience store. It's more convenient to go and do that and not take the time to all the ingredients every time before you purchase something that you're going to take home, prepare it in your mouth, and swallow. I realized I lived 31 years of my life caring more about convenience than I did about the truth of what was in the food that I was consuming. It blew my mind when I wasn't doing it on purpose. Like I wasn't thinking that on purpose, but that's what it was. That's the respect I was giving my body. I'm the one in control of my body, but my body is a big gift. I don't know how to make a human. I don't believe I'm the one that created my body. I'd be wrong. Maybe I didn't. I just don't remember. Somehow I'm in this body, and body is designed perfectly. This is a gift. But if I'm just stuff and I'm just putting it in my mouth, chewing it up and swallowing it, and I don't even know what's in it, I'm showing my body that I care more about the convenience, care about it. So if you got to go to lose weight, I highly encourage you to care more about your body than you do about that convenience. And if you stay consistent, I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time before your body starts showing you a reflection of what's on it. Your body going to show you a reflection of the respect you're showing it. It's a trip. My brothers and sisters, I love y'all, man. If you got to go to lose weight, my books will help. Life Matters, so let's eat like it. I break down the principles of how I lost 100 pounds, still eating the foods that I love to eat. I just had to learn how to choose the right version, and this book is easy to understand how to do just that. We're doing a 50% off sale. I'm going to leave the link up for a little bit. It's just for this live, so if you want to grab a copy, feel free. Until next time, this is another Cookin' Thinkin' Thursdays. I love y'all for real, man. Prayers up, blessings up.